This is a topic that most of us are not comfortable with speaking about due to the social barrier and lack of knowledge. My name is Maria Allen, and I'm here to talk to you today about why your business should hire disabled workers. If you are looking to increase the productivity of your business while bringing value to your organization, it would be wise to hire disabled employees. It has a natural impact on your team, and the culture that you're creating is an inclusive and belonging culture for all of your team members. That translates to a more engaged team and to team members that want to stay with your company longer. For all of the reasons that you might be skeptical about hiring a disabled person, there are even better reasons to hire them. You might be worried about if they'll be able to keep up with productivity and move at a fast pace. Those are genuine concerns. Also, what special adjustments would you need to make? And as a business, can you afford those adjustments? Well, I'm here to tell you that you can. Many physically challenged people are not chosen for most jobs because the company just can't afford the changes in the building. Some disabilities do come with restricted movement, but take a moment to look at the person. Look at the function and the job they're going to be in and decide what is disabling them and see if you can remove or at least minimize that barrier. Those are reasonable accommodations. Luckily, businesses doing alterations to improve accessibility are eligible for federal tax incentives. One is a work opportunity credit available to companies that hire workers with special employment needs. Another tax benefit is called the Disabled Access Credit, which is available to help small businesses cover ADA related eligible excess expenditures, such as removing barriers that prevent a business from being accessible or usable by individuals with disabilities. Two, provide qualified interpreters or other methods of making audio materials available to hearing impaired individuals. Three, providing qualified readers, tape text, and other methods of making visual materials available to individuals with visual impairments. And four, acquire or modify equipment or devices for individuals with disabilities. That is a tax credit up to $5,000. Well, maybe you can afford the alterations but are nervous about other employees' comfortability and common prejudices that occur in the workplace. With that being said, please keep in mind that these people are disabled, not disqualified. There are about 57 million disabled people in America without jobs. Why not include them? We can get so much more accomplished as a society by throwing away our prejudices and working together. They still have their own responsibilities and need jobs to maintain their lives. Concerns about hiring and retaining stem from a lack of awareness about individuals who have disabilities. This lack of awareness allows stereotypes to continue, such as them being absent from work and they're not able to be productive. And just in terms of social climate, it's a little more difficult to interact with these individuals. So, by continuing to not hire these employees, this misinformation can continue. So, it's really important to get people with disabilities involved in the workplace. And one way we can do that is by creating more training programs and making the necessary accommodations. They can do the work, and according to the current population survey, disabled workers are now being hired 31% more than normal workers. Why is that? Well, according to Walgreens warehouse manager Randy Lewis in Connecticut, he said it cost him almost $4,000 to replace his frontline workers. So he started to hire more disabled workers. Out of 600 of his employees, 300 of them are disabled. Those employees put out 18.4% more productivity than non disabled workers at the warehouse in the past 9 years. Well, in this case, clearly numbers are a measure that no one can dispute. Randy Lewis has hired disabled employees at all levels. He claims that they're dedicated, they give 100% effort, great attitudes, and they just enjoy the opportunity to work. He's made small communication changes that not only helped his disabled workers, but his non disabled workers as well. He switched out a lot of text information with photos. So instead of only saying station number 59, they will use a picture of a bull or a goat to help them navigate to their workstation. They see the picture of the bull and they know that that is their station. Another example would be Mark Wafer, owner of 7 Tim Hortons in Toronto, Canada. He is also hearing impaired and a person who understands firsthand exactly what disabled workers bring to the workforce. They hardly call in sick, and his employees routinely have to be reminded to go home at the end of their shifts. Of course, the principal drive of disability inclusion would be to comply with labor legislation. You would be reputed for offering a more diverse workforce and providing an equal opportunity environment. But in addition to that, it also comes with its own competitive edge. 20% of consumers' decision making is based on disability. The 31% that is being hired also come with families and friends who make up those 20% of consumers. So, either that 20% can do business with you based off how beneficial you are for disabled workers, or you could lose that 20%. Well, maybe now you're thinking about hiring disabled employees. When speaking about the disability inclusion process, people say things like, well, which positions are suitable for the disabled? Then you begin to say, well, let's think. Call centers, desk jobs, seated cashiers? No. It's pretty much the same as you turning around and saying, well, which positions are suitable for black people? Well, at this point, that would be a red flag for discrimination, right? Exactly. And that's why we have to move away from that sort of thinking and boxing them in. Disability is the same as diversity. It will be normalized just as gender and race. We just get used to it. In conclusion, the biggest misconception that people have about hiring people with disabilities is that it will be a burden. Hiring people with disabilities is easier than you think. It'll bring results, not only to your bottom line, but to your organization that are greater than you can predict. It'll build morale, it'll build your business, and it'll build a better province. It may take different equipment, it may take different training, but if they have the skills, then they're just as valuable as anyone else, if not better. Let's be honest. Non-disabled people don't look at the opportunity to have a job as sacred as one with disabilities. The return on investment in hiring disabled workers will be 110%. It means that you are hiring someone who is dedicated, who wants to make a difference, who wants to produce, who wants to contribute, who actually will come into work on time, who will stay the day, who doesn't call in sick. And that is huge for an employer. Thank you.